It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington Commanders. And it's all up next.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're off and running from Landover. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL. I love the thought there and the idea. Get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Daniels now. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. So now here's 3rd and 5. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vet, Tressway. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes got to throw on this first play. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Finds his man. It's Worthy. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Rice. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 48. Completed over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That's brought in by Hunt. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to the air, Mahomes. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage, and you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
Again, Mahomes to throw. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Daniels from the pistol. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Slot man motioned over. First and 10, a run to Robinson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 46. Complete, it's McLaurin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a 1st. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. He'll get this to Samuel. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, it's Daniels. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs take over after forcing the 1st turnover of this ballgame.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw, but you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. On the move, headed right. Take it off with it again. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
1st down throw, Mahomes. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. And they bring him down around the 34. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off play action, it's Mahomes. And it looks great flying through the air, Bronk, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They kick the running back in motion. Mahomes to throw for it. That's cut beyond the marker. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. So 2nd down coming up.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he can't reel it in, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing again, Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. From the red zone now. To the sideline and brought in by Worthy. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he runs it inside the 10 to the 9. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They give it to him again. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs pull out in front further, 13-zip. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throw complete to Eckler. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Well, no look on his first look of the game, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
3rd and short, Daniels. That's caught for the first. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Again, Daniels to the air. Has it downfield, working the left. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
Every offense I've ever seen from Pop Warner to the NFL's got this play in the playbook, but every offense isn't capable of executing it because it takes a quarterback and a receiver on the same page, and that page, it was textbook.
He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
He gets this one to McLaurin. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's got it! And that's a Washington touchdown! Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Chiefs getting out there on offense one last time in this opening half. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Sending the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. New set of downs for him from the 46. They send the tight end in motion left. Mahomes on 1st and 10. He finds Brown right side. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. So we've arrived at halftime. The Chiefs with a lead so far on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Out comes Kansas City. Its offense has it first to start quarter number 3. They just saw their lead cut in half, but they've got a chance to return it right now to its former glory. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Another carry for him. Still working past the 40. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Completes this one to Rice. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. Run from Pacheco to start the half. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
First down throw, Mahomes. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 19. He brings it in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. The Commanders and Terry McLaurin are ready for another look on offense. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play fake here. Daniels. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Daniels from the pistol. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Able to find Ertz. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That one gains 7. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
An option give to Robinson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Man in motion here. He'll get this to Samuel. He's got to gain a 6 there. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. Third and just 2 to go. Robinson on the inside give. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Completed here to McCaffrey. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Now Daniels off the play action. Cut out left. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders start the second half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Tight end going in motion here. From the 37. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He has the first over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commander's territory.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got it near the 8. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Daniels back to throw. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Ertz reels it in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they could still do their damage.
Again, Daniels to the air. It's caught, Eckler. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less dumb.
And he's got it. Touchdown! But there's a flag down. Might be defensive, though. I think this touchdown should stand. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A counter give here to Pacheco. In the middle holds, they don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Right back to Pacheco. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw it. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Final timeout taken by the Commanders, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. It's Pacheco again. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. The Chiefs in a victory formation here as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Chiefs, as with that, we sign off from D.C.